Can I talk or no? Hey there, Munchie Mafia. So today we're going to be working on some pierogis that I've been wanting to make for the longest time, and this one's for Tiger. We're going to be using the Texas style beef sausage. I was going to smoke them, but it's a little chilly out. I don't have any confidence in the smoker at the moment. Don't really have a lot of time to play around to see how it's going to react with the colder weather. I'll do that another time. I just didn't want to deal with it today. So let's start off with, we're going to need 2.25 cups of all-purpose flour and a teaspoon of kosher salt. Then we're going to, now that we got all that, what we're going to do is we're going to take this and we're going to get our 2 eggs and we're going to crack them into this bowl. And then we're going to use 1 cup of sour cream. Oh, goodness. Must not have opened this one yet. Nope. That would have been bad. I could see myself squeezing on this really hard and it just goes all over the damn place. I could just see that happening today. So I love these daisy packets. You can get these over at Costco.
You can get them anywhere.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Okay. I don't think I've ever seen them at the regular grocery store. Anyway, so there we go. So cut aside. And then we're going to need a tablespoon of melted butter. And I've got a bunch of tablespoons here. I got all the tablespoons. So we're just going to have to eyeball it. Okay. Needs a little bit of fat. Now, I want to have a little discussion about this recipe. I don't know what happened to my original recipe that I used to use. So, of course, I Googled it. And never really had much success with a lot of recipes online. We're going to give this one a try. This one was under Grandma's pierogi recipes. But I had to cut it in half because I didn't want to have to go to the store. I ran out of flour, so we cut the recipe in half. We got our oven turned on. We're just going to oven bake those sausages, or at least preheat the cast iron. So now we've got that all mixed together. there's a lot of different recipes out there. There's ones that say basically, put some oil in it and an egg and or a couple eggs and a little bit of milk, and then there's ones that have sour cream in it. But who's right? Well, we're gonna see. We're gonna see just how good this is gonna turn out. Because I really don't have much confidence in this recipe. Um, we're just gonna put a little bit, or we're gonna hold back a little bit of the wet stuff. So now we're going to just mix these together and see where we're at. Because we can always add, we just can't subtract, right? I think I've said that a lot of times. I think you've heard me say that a lot. In this dough, we're going to want to let it rest for about 15-20 minutes before rolling it out. We want to let it rest. I would have to say, yeah, this one might be pretty accurate. I can already feel that it needs a little bit more wet. So we're going to add some more wet. So if you don't like mixing things by hand, you can always use a mixer or a food processor for this. But I like to just mix it by hand just because I don't want to have to plug a bunch of things in, because it's a 124-year-old house. Sometimes we turn on the microwave for something and next thing you know, half the house is dark. It happened the other day. All right, so this seems a little on the wet side. I'm getting a little angry. Maybe I should have waited until I got the rest of it all put together. And I don't like touching sticky things, and so yeah, we're just dealing with gloves. All right. You know what? F the gloves. The gloves are coming off. All right. Mixy, mixy, mixy. Let's see if we can get the rest of this in there. I just don't know about this. So this was a recipe off of All Recipes. And it was originally 4.5 cups of flour and 2 cups of sour cream and 2 eggs and 1 egg yolk and 2 tablespoons of butter. Yeah, I don't like the feel of that. That just feels so wrong on so many levels. So we're just gonna grab just a little bit more. A couple tablespoons. Like I said, you can always add. You can't subtract. God, these flies. I don't know about you, but fly season was horrible this year. I don't know about your neck of the woods, but they were just nasty this year. Especially those biting ones. It's like, oh my God. Okay. So now we're just going to push it on around, see where we're at. I still don't like the feel of that. Let's see here. All right. Yeah. I think the recipe said somewhere in the directions that if you have a pasta machine, you could put it through the pasta machine, but I don't know. We will soon see. It seems a little wet still. Maybe we should have just put half of what was left in that bowl. All right. Oh, icky. So let's see here. I'm gonna grab some cling wrap. Now, this is not a hard thing to make. It's just tedious and annoying. I had to make these from scratch at the retirement community that I used to work at. It's what won me my Chef of the Year award. Is that I was like, no, I'm not buying frozen ones at $1 a piece when I know how to make them from scratch. And my corporate guy was like, really? I said, yeah, I'm not paying that kind of money. What it costs to make them versus, oh, I got to do something about this. This is just gross. What it costs to make them from scratch is going to allow me to stay within budget. Yes, it's going to be a pain in the ass, but at least this way they're getting something fresh and scratch made, and it's got tons of love in it and everything else. And oh God, why is this not coming off? Crikey. So yeah, I was like, I'm gonna make them from scratch, and I made them from scratch, and of course I took a picture and I sent it to my corporate guy. His name's Jeff. I don't work with him anymore. He was one of the ones that got laid off quickly when the company filed bankruptcy and sold out to a whole bunch of different communities. Sold as many of they did it all in stages, and I was a little pissed off. So he nominated me for Chef of the Year, and I won. I also won Chef of the Quarter. And here's the funny story is that when I first arrived there, I was like, what can I do to make their food better? Because these were people that were paying the full price for living in this community. It was private pay. There was no Medicaid at all to be had. So if they're going to be paying that kind of money to live there, they should be getting stuff as close to scratch as humanly possible. And I was able to, stay well under budget to the point where I was able to get them other really cool stuff like salmon and oysters and stuff like that. And they really loved that a lot. They really loved that. And they really appreciated it. And so this is kind of a recipe that the way that I make it is that we're going to have a whole bunch of vegetables that we're going to saute. Then we're going to hit it with some spaghetti sauce and call it a day. Oh, and of course sausage on top. But the funny part is that when I first got there, I had a whole bunch of product that I was like, what the hell am I supposed to do with this? Because I'll be damned if I'm going to be making instant mashed potatoes for these people. They're paying a lot of money to live here. They should get a whole bunch of cool stuff that's all fresh and stuff. And I went from a 46% scratch kitchen to 90% scratch kitchen. And but what the hell was I going to do with all these instant mashed potatoes? And I'm like, pierogis. I can make pierogis with them. Now, some people are going to scoff at that because, oh, but you're a chef. You should be making those from scratch. But the thing of it is that my days are long at work. And I'm pretty well wrecked by the time that I get around to my day off, that it's okay for me to cut corners. And it's okay for you to also cut corners. It's okay. So we have some instant mashed potatoes, and the brand that I use, and that's just for this, okay? I like mashed potatoes are made from scratch, but they're the Idahoan 4 cheese ones. But we're going to deck it out with some extra stuff. And a lot of the times you can find this stuff for dirt cheap at the grocery store. And, if you're a busy professional or you just don't have a lot of time because you're chasing kids around the house, there's absolutely no reason why you can't use something like this and make the rest of it from scratch. There's no reason why you can't do that. So we're going to add some chives to it. It's perfectly all right. And you can also use other flavors of this stuff. Now this is like enough for like a couple people. But I like to add extra cheese. I'm going to add the cheese to it. Now, as far as pierogis go, there's so many different ways to make them. You can do them like this with just a basic potato and cheese. You could fill them with sauerkraut. Beer braised cabbage with apple is also a nice one. I might actually do a few of those with that. I don't know. We'll see. There is going to be beer braised cabbage with this dish. It's going to be beautiful. So, yeah, just add a little bit extra cheese to it and just let it sit and get happy for a little. Oh, let it get happy for a little bit. So, put the lid back on, stick it in the back of the stove. We don't need that right now. Let's see. Favorite beer, of course, Space Dust. And all of our other happy stuff. So, we do have a couple of birthdays to celebrate. So our shout outs today is to Papa Jones, Tiger's father, and also to Derek of the Food Boat.
Come here. They're gonna want to see this. I guess that pine straw finally had enough of the heat.
Good thing somebody looked back, huh?
I looked and saw flame, and I'm like, what am I looking at? Well, I'm awake now. Wow. You awake? I'm awake now.
I'll get the juices going.
Shit.
You have no idea why I'm laughing, but that's pretty damn funny right there. Actually, by the time that you get around to watching that, you'll understand why I'm laughing. So we're going to let that sit for about 20 minutes. We're going to go ahead and we're going to take care of our other stuff. Now, last week I had a really bad migraine, and which basically left me in bed for the whole weekend, or pretty much the whole weekend. Sure, it was probably still the effects of the COVID that I had a few weeks ago. Anyway, so I had already prepped all my stuff, but I said, well, damn it, I don't want to throw away a whole bunch of ingredients just because I'm not feeling well. So what we have here is a bunch of vegetables that are still freaking frozen, but we have yellow squash, zucchini, and some eggplant. That I had cut up last week and just pitched it in the freezer because I didn't want to throw it out. So we'll just kind of let that do whatever it's gonna do. Probably could just rinse it under cold water and strain it. So I do have a nice, beautiful, cute little cabbage here, and this is a Savoy cabbage. You know, one of the nice things about these is you can lightly boil these off so they're softened, and then you can use them as wraps for things, like cabbage rolls of sorts.
Very out.
Huh? Are we gonna roll off the table? No. All right. All right. So let's get that out of the way. Put that right there. Take the core out. Now, the reason why I like this cabbage is, one, there's only two of us. There's no reason to buy a huge head of cabbage because no matter where you go, the cabbage, the regular run-of-the-mill cabbage is going to be freaking huge. And number two, I just like the way this looks. Plus, I'm a lot less gassy when I eat this cabbage. This cabbages have a way of making people get a little farty. So now what we're going to do is we're just going to take it. We're going to give it a nice little shred. Now, if you have a shredder, you can definitely feed it through a shredder, but it really takes no time at all. And this is kind of a late summer, just as summer's winding down and the weather's starting to get a little cooler, and it can carry you into winter, or at least fall, or a fall dish. But like I said, yesterday was 87 degrees. Today, I don't even think we even broke 65. It's pretty. Uh-oh, I hear a dog horking. Timmy, I hear a dog horking. So, if you don't like eggplant and zucchini and stuff like that, you can always do other vegetables. No, we can't do other vegetables. You can do mushrooms and onions and bell peppers, or other vegetables that you like. Potatoes, if you want. I know it sounds a little weird to put potatoes with a red sauce, but it's actually pretty good. All right, so now that I've thoroughly made a mess of myself, we're going to just set this aside, and another 10 minutes or so. Not really much else to prep at the moment, so we're going to be right back.
You're back.
Hey there, so we're back. I'm not having much confidence in this dough. Seems very wet still. Didn't firm up, but we're going to give it a whirl. So we want to put a bunch of flour down. We're going to take our dough. Oh, that was good. That was a good one. Hi, Winnie. How you doing, bud? All right. So we're going to just press this out, get some flour on this, and maybe we can salvage it. Or maybe not. We might have to do something else. if this doesn't work. So there we go. Now we got some of that on there. This is a French rolling pin. Now we're just going to go in and we're just going to give it a roll, turn, roll. Whoops. Get flour all over the floor. You know what I'm going to do? I'm going to actually cut this in half. Set this aside for a moment. All right. Put flour back. Always making a mess. It's all over my barefoot shoes, which are black. So now they're all covered in white. Okay. Now with pierogies, you want to make sure that the dough is not too thick, but also not too thin. Yeah, we're just going to take it. We're going to turn it over. Winnie wants to be my sous chef today. Actually, he doesn't. And what he wants is he wants food. He's like, food! Starving to death. Can't you see I'm wasting away here? Okay. Now, if you don't have biscuit cutters, you can always like save aside a can, like from a can of beans or a can of tomatoes or whatever. Use that. You just basically cut the top open and then cut the bottom open, but there's a way to do it so that you don't end up with jagged edges and you turn the can opener a different direction. Okay, so I'll show you how to do that. Because I'm a left-handed person and sometimes it feels really awkward to have a can opener in hand. All right. I have a feeling we're going to have some powdered footprints in the bed tonight, Timmy.
Yep.
Yep. All right. These are nylon, and it all depends on the size that you want your pierogies. I'm going to go with the larger one because keep in mind that they're going to be folded over in half. So we want to make sure that we give them a good cut. Now this, you can try to salvage it, but generally it's not usually recommended because they just don't do very well. Okay, forgot to grab spoons as per usual. Always forgetting my spoons. Dishwasher. All right. All right. Get some water while I'm at it. This kitchen is daunting sometimes. Okay, there we go. A little bit of water. We need a little bit of water. Move that out of the way. It's been a hot minute since I've made these from scratch, so. We're going to take our mashed potato. Give it a stir just to see where we're at. Now, you can add more cheese if you want. I think I'm going to add some more cheese. Just a little bit more. All right. Good. Now we're just going to mixy. And it's still quite warm, so now you're going to figure out how much you're going to need for your little dumplings. So we're going to kind of take a gander. It's probably a little too much. That looks right about enough. And we're going to plop it down. That's about 1 tablespoon. You also want to make sure that you leave a little bit of space all the way around so that you don't get a blowout, because we are going to boil these. Then we're going to let them sit and get happy for a little bit, and then we're going to give them a pan fry. You don't have to, but that's how most people eat them, is boil them and then pan fry. I don't think I've made these for Timmy.
Nope.
Nope. I didn't think so. Okay, so let's set this aside for the moment. Put the lid on it. All right, so now just going to adjust. Get a finger in there, wet it down. So I don't know where my pastry brushes are. About time for me to get new ones. Okay, so now we're going to take this edge and we're going to plop it over. You know, I probably could have made them a little bigger. And then now we're going to press them. And darn it, while I was getting a fork or a spoon, I should have gotten a fork too. All right, now just full of it today. And this is the easiest way to crimp them, is you give them a good press with your fingers, and then just go in and you crimp them. You want to make sure that they're crimped nice and firmly, because you could end up with a blowout. Make sure that you're not stabbing into the section where there's filling in it. There we go. There's one. Might need to rearrange that one a little bit. There we go. That one might have a little too much. But that's okay, because that one looks like it might have a little too little. All right. Pressy, pressy, pressy. Pterodactyl. And like I said, be careful when you're pressing down. You can't end up with some of that filling blowing out. And just kind of follow along. You also want to make sure that you don't get any air bubbles. Now, one of the things you can do is, if you don't want to pan fry them and you have an air fryer, you can definitely put them in the air fryer. I don't know how they turn out that way. I've never done it, but I've seen people do it. All right. Pressy, pressy, pressy. Now you can put any kind of filling you want in these, whatever you want. Like I said, you could put sauerkraut, beer braised cabbage. You can do apples and ricotta cheese if you want. Cottage cheese. I think we're just going to stick with 6 for now, because I can always make some more tomorrow. Or just leave it for Timmy to play with and say, hey, Timmy, you watched my video. How about if you give it a whirl? That would be a cool video, actually. If he could recreate these on his own. I don't know if he'll do it though. He does know how to cook. All right. Dab, dab, dab. Dab, dab, dab. Squishy, squishy, squishy. And over we go. Crimpy, crimpy, crimpy. And our pot's on the stove and it's boiling right now. Or it's not boiling, but it's heating up. We're preheating our water. Now the other stuff is going to go pretty quick. Sauteing of the vegetables. All right, there we go. Last one. This one might be problematic. I might have put a little too much water on it. Let's see if I can salvage that. There. I mean, they can't all be winners, right? All right. Here we go. You also want to make sure that you don't get air bubbles in there or else they will explode. All right, let's get this stuff out from underneath my fingernails. Wash my hands off. Let the flour off. There we go. Okay. Now, there really isn't much difference between this and pasta, to be honest, except for just the way that they're made. So we're going to go over here. We're going to turn our stove on. And we got water. It's looking like it's doing pretty well. So now we're just going to take these little boogers. We're going to just drop them in very gently. When they float, they're done. Oops. All right. There's that. Try to get some of this stuff out of the way. Fogginess. Let's see here. Rosemary. Italian seasoning. As I always like to add just a little extra. All right. So they're starting to float. And what you're going to want a little rack to let them rest on. They're almost floating. They want to float. Save the butter for the frying. That's not a big enough spoon. Maybe that's a big enough spoon. All right, so we got some floaters. And they're floating. So you don't want to take them too far, or else what will happen is they will definitely explode on you. I'm kind of rolled. All right. And there we have that. So far, so good. No blowouts. Yay. It's always a good thing. That one kind of wanted to. The water still looks pretty darn clear. All right, so we'll turn that off. We don't need that on. I'm just going to scoot these out of the way. So the time being. At least you can see them a little bit better over there. All right. Now what we're going to do is we're going to. Oh, I probably need my big saute pan. Let's use this one. Woof woof. All right, I'm gonna go dump this out. We're gonna just reuse this pan. Darn it. I need to go get another one
Run
of
some
these.
cold water.
Huh?
Run some cold water.
Alright, there you have it. Okay. I'm going to put this in the bag. Let that dry a little bit. Alright. Trying to think here. We're going to use this one for pan frying. We're going to use this one for the sauce. So let's get that one over there. Set that one back there. This one should already be preheated enough to put some oil in it. Now we're going to take our veggies. But definitely, if you want to put some bell peppers and mushrooms, you can definitely do that. This is eggplant and summer squash and zucchini. And some onion. There's like one whole onion, 2 small zucchinis, and 2 small yellow squashes. And I cut around the center so that we can get rid of all the seeds, or as much of it as humanly possible. Then I just peel the eggplant and then dice it up into small dice. So this is like a small dice. So we're just going to let it do its thing. And, you know, it is partly frozen. So that's could be potentially problematic. Okay, so next we're going to get our cast iron skillet number 1 out of the oven. Get nice and happy in there for a little while. Zip open this Cooper River Farm Texas style beef sausage. I pointed in the right direction?
Yeah.
Yep. Okay. These came from the food boat, so if you're interested in purchasing these sausages, you can go to the food boat's website and purchase them there. And you get quite a few. How many of each flavor was there?
4.
4.
3 of each, 4 flavors.
4 flavors, 3 of each. And there's 4 sausages, and they're minimally processed, so you're not going to get all those weird fillers and artificial flavorings and you know, crappy meat or anything like that. You're going to get, you know, prime product there. These things are freaking delicious. So right into a skillet, then back into the oven. We're going to finish them in the oven. Let them do their thing. I really wanted to get them into the microwave. What am I saying, microwave? Probably because I'm staring at the microwave. Really wanted to get them into the smoker, but it's cold and icky out there. All right. So.
She wants that.
She wants out? Okay. Well, I'm going to be here for a while.
Okay.
All right, so we're going to add some rosemary. About half of a teaspoon. You don't want too much. And about a tablespoon of Italian seasoning in there. I wonder where I would find my paprika. One of these days I'm going to clean this damn thing out. I keep saying that.
Come on.
Keep procrastinating. It's like the fifth freaking jar of peanut butter that I found that's open. Oh. We do have nutmeg. So we do want to give it a little bit of a warming spice to it. So we're going to put just a little smidge of nutmeg. And when I say a smidge of nutmeg, we're talking like a very, very mild dash. Okay, a little tiny dash. All right, this is going to be watery. All right. There's that. We're going to get this rear one going too, because we're actually going to use the other cast iron for the pierogis. Or we could just use the same one that the sausages are in. All right. This is really wet. I'm really regretting this. Unfortunately, I had a really bad migraine and had to pitch it all into the freezer, so as not to lose any of it, because waste not, want not, right? Let's see here if I can get some of this water out of there. Oh my God! Please. Let's pull that out too. Just in case I get really fed up with that. All right. It's not big enough. I also need to clean the cupboards out. So much stuff. I guess that's a thing on YouTube right now, the ASMR stuff where you're stocking and unstocking and restocking refrigerators and crap like that. I was watching a video on that yesterday. A woman was talking about how it's causing so much consumerism. People buying too much stuff. Who needs $1,000 worth of product to put in their bathrooms, their guest bathrooms, and so on? All right, it's a lot of water. And freaking one of the bad things about eggplant is that it has a tendency to be a sponge. All right, there we go. Still got a little bit of that residual cough going on. It's kind of annoying. All right, so put the rear one on. I'm going to put some oil in this pan. See how we're doing all that. That's definitely ready to rock and roll. I'm going to throw some of this cabbage in there now. Cabbage shrinks a lot, so if you want, you can grate some apple into it, but with a tomato-based sauce, it doesn't go very well with Doesn't go very well with red sauces. So we're just gonna let it do its thing here. Do a flippy a little bit. The vegetables are smelling really fragrant with the rosemary in there. We're going to come over and grab our little doohickeys. We've got some more Italian herbs, stirring paste. These are those gourmet garden things that I use a lot. Minced garlic. This, when it's just two of us, it's like I'll buy a freaking bulb of garlic and I'll sit there and sit there and sit there and sit there and sit there, and then next thing I know it's growing, or it goes bad. Really kind of annoying. Okay. So this, I just take whatever I need and then pitch the little tubes right back into the freezer. Economical that way, there's less waste. Yes, it comes in a little plastic container and whatnot. It's just something that just, I'm not sure if these can be recycled. Let's see here. And not seeing a recycling thing on there. But, or am I just missing it? Anyway, yes, it creates waste, but have you seen the price of groceries these days? All right. Take some of this butter, give it a little bit more fat. Crack some pepper in there. Lots and lots of pepper. You want lots and lots and lots and lots and lots of pepper. You want all the peppers. Load that bitch up. Pepper. Cracky, cracky, cracky. Put some salt. Always salt as you go. And see, like I said, it shrinks down, and next thing you know, it is, you got like, it's not nearly as bad as spinach, but you can definitely get that way. So you want to get a little bit charred. And now we're going to take the beer. Hi, Winnie. My sous chef. I'm going to hit it with some beer. You can also hit it with some vegetable stock as well, if you want. But wait, there's more. We're going to save the rest of that beer. Okay. Okay. Shock those sausages with it. All right, there's that. Now this is going to sit for a little bit, so we want to just pull it off the burner for the moment. Come back over here, take a look, and see what we're doing here. This is doing really well. We're actually going to hit this with some I don't know. Darn it. Where's Andy when I need him? Port is a little on the sweet side, so let's go with some port. I'm going to give it some port. It really smells very fruity. Alrighty. there's that. It's looking nice. And, you know, even as a pasta sauce, this is actually really quite good. All right. We'll let that cook down. Just a smidge. And you can use any brand of tomato spaghetti sauce that you would want. Oops. The little zipper on the Ziploc bag got broke off in there. Oops. All right. Give it some sauce. Flip the jar upside down. Let it do its thing for a little bit. I'm going to stirry. Reduce the heat. Let's see here. Thought I had a can of diced tomato in here somewhere. Where did I put it? Where did I put you? Another jar of peanut butter. I don't need any more peanut butter. 6 jars now. Oh, I misplaced it. Oh well. We'll just stick with that. All right, so we're going to add just a little smidge, half and half. Okay. We're going to kind of bolognese up this bitch a little bit. Just a smidge. So, there we go. Now, if you have some red pepper flake, you can add a little red pepper flake. There we go. We don't want it too blushing, but we want it to have a little bit of a blush to it. All right. Cannot believe I lost my my can of tomato. Probably rolling around. Oh, that's probably what it is. It's probably in the trunk of my car on my way home from the store the other day. There's a T in the road, and three-way stop, and this guy almost hit me, and my groceries kind of flew around all over the damn place, which I bet you that's also what happened to the missing fish food. I went and bought some new fish food. Some of the other things we can add to this are like green beans, broccoli, cauliflower.
I see you have help.
Yes, I have help. I have my sous chef here. Sous Chef Winston. He's helping out. All right. Put some of this stuff away. Put that right there. Alrighty. All right, so we're going to let this do its thing for a few moments, and we'll be right back. All right, so we're back. I had to clean up my mess real quick, so I had some space to work. This is a horseradish and onion cheese that we're going to shred over the top instead of using Parmesan. Although, if you want to use Parmesan, you can. Just use whatever you want. Or no cheese at all. It's up to you. So, I've pulled the sausages out. We got a beautiful color. Let's just stick a thermometer in it real quick and see where we're at. Oh yeah, it was definitely done. But I want to get some. Don't want some more color on that? Yeah, I probably do. Okay, so we're going to actually hit that with just a little smidge of beer, so we can carry this over a little bit. All right. Gonna let that evaporate a little bit because we're gonna put a little bit of oil in there. We'll just lay these on top of the cabbage for the moment. Now we're going to. That's doing pretty well. We don't want to touch the handle. Oh shit, that's sesame oil. Frickin' A! I screwed up that one. Alright. I hate it when my bottles all look very, very much similar, so let's just wipe this up. The beauty of cast iron is just go in and give it a once over, paper towel, and just do it all over again. Alright. So we're going to give it some oil. I'm going to give it some decent amount of oil. Now, my stove does not sit level. So now what we're going to do is we're going to take our beautiful little pierogis and we're just going to pop these little babies right on in there. We want to get them a little bit of color, but not too much color, okay? So you're going to want to make sure that, number one, you don't crowd the pan, and number two, you don't crowd the pan. And you don't take your eyes off of them for too long because they will stick in your pan. And that's why we're going to hit them with some beer to help to release them. Very much similar to when you're making pot stickers. And we're going to serve this family style. One big platter. What the hell do I have all over my platter? Oh! Wreck-It Ralph is in the house. Guys, Wreck-It Ralph. All right. Like I said earlier, don't take your eyes off those. Now that pan has just come out of the oven, so it is going to be hot. Do a little splash. Help free them up a little bit. To help to release some of the flavors off that sausage too, and kind of carry it over a little bit. Alrighty, now we have that one. Smells so good. I love space dust. You know, I know it just turned. We just got done with Labor Day, but Oktoberfest is just around the corner, so this would be a nice little dish. Okay, so we're gonna kill the heat on that for a moment. And we're gonna come over and we're going to take our cabbage with something that's slotted, so you can get some of that liquid off there. You don't want the liquid. Now, one of the nice things that you can do with this is also add a really nice spicy mustard to it. Make like a little mustard sauce if you wanted. We're doing this family style so that I don't have to wash much more dishes than I already have to. Or I should say Timmy. Timmy's usually the one that ends up taking care of all the dishes. Okay. All right. So now we have all of our beautiful cabbage. Put this over there for the moment. Now what we're going to do is we're going to get our sauce, which is our veggies in a blushing sauce right there. We're just going to kind of just go over it. Kind of almost like a one pot sort of ratatouille of sorts. Okay, so there we have that. We'll come back over here and we're going to grab our pierogis. Some of them have a little bit more color on it. Oh, shit. Shit. Like I said, don't take your frickin' eyes off your damn pierogis. If all fails, just hit it with a little beer. It will release. There we go. Handle's hot, Civvy. Handle is hot. All day, every day. Okay, there we go. And figure out which side is going to be your presentation side. Just give them a flippy and see which one you like the best. There's that. Come on. Oh. This one's like, nope, I don't want to go. I want to stay in the pot. All right. It's kind of stuck to it. Okay, so go. All right, there we go. There we have it. All right. Oh, that was traumatic. All righty. So now, I'm just going to take these. I'm just going to dot them over the top, just like so. I got them going all sorts of different directions, don't I? Okay. Just flip that one around. Like so. Green. I don't like the look of that one. That one's. There we go. All right. Got them going all sorts of different directions. All right. There we have that. Flippy. Oh, come on. I'm trying to be dainty about this. All right. There we go. See, that beard gives it a little bit of a glaze. It just makes it look just so pretty. All right, now we need to get our sausages. Hope Teresa's going to be watching this because sausages. Sausages, Teresa, sausages. All sausages. All right, go. Move our cheese over there for a moment. Look at how gorgeous that looks. Family style, or for people that are just too damn lazy to do their own dishes. Okay, cut your sausages on the bias. You could do an oblique cut, and I would just, kind of just stick them off to one side. Don't bookend them. Just put it all on one side. And obliques is when you just go random cuts like so, and that way they have a little bit more character. I sliced through that one. So there's that. They don't have to be perfect. Just kind of just stick them however you will. Because this is family style, so. Just go around. You can also go all the way around them. Like so, or just down one side. Just like that. Now, what you do is then take your sour cream. And if you have a squirt bottle, it's going to be a lot easier. I don't know how this is going to squirt out. It's probably going to squirt out.
You need to pull it back towards you and get rid of the cutting board.
Oh, do I? Okay. Like that?
Yep.
Okay. Now, you can just put a big dollop of that right there if you want. It kind of looks silly. Okay. Some chives for some added color and added flavor. Make sure you get some on the sour cream. God, that sausage looks divine. Oh my God. Let me tell you, Cooper River Farm, that sausage, oh, to die for. To die for. #bomb.com. All right. Can't believe I just said that. I'm channeling my inner fat kid. All right. Less is more. Now, one of the things you can do is you can also put some pickled vegetables down this side, which I think I might do.
You can't see it with the cutting board there.
I didn't know that. Thank you. All right. Less is more, right? Come on. There we go. And there we have it. Definitely need some pickled vegetables. I'm craving these freaking things all day. Pickled asparagus. And I would definitely put some other things on there, like some gherkins.
That's plenty.
Well, plenty for you, but for me,
Yeah, but there's enough food on that plate for 10 people.
yes, I know that. All right. And there we have it. I also put a bunch of other little things there. There we go. And there we have it. Munchie Mafia. Good money shot. And there we have it. Pierogis with a tomato sauce over some beer braised cabbage and Cooper River Farm beef sausage. And that's what we have. So, Munchie Mafia, I will see you all in the premiere in a little bit. So don't forget, cook with love, eat with passion,
Subscribe and share.
and like and subscribe and share. See you all later.